I mean, literally, I'm gonna have 200 plants in a 20 by 10, 22 by 10 spot. Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Jason. This is Art of Creation Homestead, and what we do here is a lot of small space gardening. Okay, we're in Southwest Ohio, and we have a half-acre lot. We don't use our front yard for anything, and we don't really use about half of our backyard. Okay, and I'll show you this real fast. So this is our house. We'll have beds on this corner, all the way down and around. We do stuff down through there. There's the chickens over here behind these trees. We have some beds back here. And we have our in-ground garden here, okay? You see that? In-ground garden, that's 15 by 60. So 60 foot long, 15 foot this way. For the most part, there are sections that kind of go in and out. It's not straight. And then we have some raised beds up here and some other stuff, containers, whatnot. But as you can see, it's not a crazy amount of space. It's a good sized backyard, but we don't use every bit of our yard. I mean, we don't till it all up or anything of that nature. We do small space gardening. My wife Angela and I, we started our gardening ventures, I guess you should say, on a patio of our 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath townhouse, upstairs, downstairs. Had a little private entrance and private front door, private back door. So the back door we had a little patio, a square concrete patio, right? Nothing crazy. I'm sure it's a very simple method of living that most people live in. So while we started container gardening there, it was the method that we learned of how to grow food in a small space that, look behind me, we've never forgotten. Container gardening can be super profitable, super effective, and very abundant. You can get an abundant amount of food in a small space if you know what you're doing with it, if you do it appropriately. So right now I'm gonna take you a spin through what's basically our container garden at this point. We have containers of a couple other places too, but essentially what I'm looking at down here around me is our container garden. Right behind me is a green stalk. Okay, the green stalk has some Tom Thumb peas. Those are sweet English peas, or sweet peas, whatever you want to call it, shell peas. But those are peas that we have put in each pocket here, and they've been growing for a little bit. And right below us we have some taters. Okay, these taters are in our grow bags. These are 10-gallon grow bags that these are in, and as you can see, they're being very, very, very productive. And taters are growing well, and obviously you don't know until they're harvested because they're below ground, but they look good. And behind me is another green stalk. This green stalk is filled with peanuts. Okay, that's a total experiment for us, but it's filled with peanuts. We put 2 peanut seeds in each pocket. There are 30 pockets on this 5-tier original planter, and so we put 60 seeds in there, right? So there are. That's a crazy way, kind of crazy way to grow peanuts, but I think it's gonna be pretty effective. There's a 3-tier green stalk of those same kind of peas. I'm gonna show you. They are growing. Look at that. So they are growing. They're looking good now. Peas are a variety of vegetables that need cooler weather for the most part. So it got hot here and it's kind of warm out a little bit. But as you can see, those are also they're growing pretty well, right? Now we have a lot of grow bags planted. Okay, I'm going to show you those real fast. They're kind of a mess because we got some hard rain last night, but let's show you. Now these are 15-gallon grow bags. Okay, these have tomatoes in them. Grow bag, another grow bag of tomatoes, another one. So we have 6 grow bags of tomatoes and 1 of peppers. And those look like they're doing really well as well. One thing that I want to tell you that is imperative when you're container gardening is proper soil. Okay, you need good loose potting mix soil, good and rich soil, right? So it needs to be fertilized. You need proper plants. Okay, so you need the right variety of vegetable and the right breed, I guess, of that vegetable to grow in containers. Sometimes these the pepper, or the 3 of the tomatoes we've grown are Purple Rain tomatoes, R-E-I-G-N. They're a 3-foot tall compact plant that should be good for containers. And those other 3 are Roma tomatoes that stay very small and compact on their own. And these 2 peppers here are jalapenos, so they don't get very big, and the peppers are small anyways because they're heatless jalapenos is what they are. So they're doing well. But it's important that you get the right variety of vegetable to put inside your containers. And here I have two 10-gallon grow bags of carrots, and I need to thin these carrots, but they're growing really well. We grew carrots last fall in some 15-gallon grow bags. They did great. The picture as it comes on, as this video came on, is of some of those carrots. We'll put that picture up here again, maybe the link of the video where we harvested them. But they're growing really well. More taters in 10-gallon grow bags. They're doing great. More taters in tubs. They're doing great. This one has just been planted. Obviously, there's a lot here, right? There's all vegetables. Now, what about trees? What are you talking about, trees? Trees in a small space in a container? Well, yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Here's a couple of trees. First two we put in containers. These are apple trees. These are muck buckets. Okay, you get them at your farm supply store. There's some weeds growing up in there. I need to pull them out. I did not fill these containers as well as I needed to. The dirt has settled over time and it just needs more dirt, but they're doing okay. They're producing small fruit. Probably should have pulled that small fruit off, but you know, it is what it is at this point. We have two of those. Those are the first two trees we put in containers. Now, after we learned our lesson a little bit, I'll show you the rest of them. Here's a cherry tree that we put in a container. Look at that, looks great. It's only been in there a year. Here's a peach tree that we put in a container, and there's little peaches on it. See? There's a nectarine tree we put in a container, and there's a little fruit. Here's two more apple trees that we put in containers, and they're looking better than the others. Here's necktot. It's a cross between an apricot and a nectarine, and it's looking great. This tree died. I think the actual weather got it because it was trying to live, and we got a good freeze, and I think it killed it. Yeah, I think the hard freeze we got kind of late when that was already trying to bloom. I think it got it. The tree may not be dead, but the leaves certainly didn't make it. Last container I want to show you is one I think we're the most proud of, to be honest with you. It is our last green stalk, our latest green stalk to plant. It is on a spinner. See, so it spins. And in this green stalk, it's an original 5-tier, and we've got 12 cucumber plants, 9 of these tomato plants, and 9 pockets of this basil. And as you can see, everything's looking great and full of life, full of color. Actually, there's a lot of green, but full of green. There's gonna be a lot of green vegetables, a little bit of red vegetable, right? But it's looking beautiful. By the way, we are an affiliate with Green Stalk, so if you want to buy a green stalk, use the link in the code below, and you can get $10 off of your $75 purchase or more. Okay, so that's there. But those green stalks, if we had them when we were small space gardening in our apartment townhouse thing, have been legendary. But we didn't have grow bags, we didn't have green stalks, none of that. But the point of this is to show you how effective container gardening can be and how much you can truly get in one container garden if you plant appropriately and know what you're doing with it. See, this entire space is it's probably about 20 foot from here to here. Okay, to be honest with you, maybe 22 feet, around there. And it's only, maybe 10 foot, 12 foot wide if you get it through there. And we have space here that I'm going to put more containers at, by the way. It is that much. So literally what I just showed you was 182 plants, I think, plus the carrots. And plus I'm going to put some sweet taters in here very soon. So sweet potatoes are going to be another large amount of plants. It's all going to go in the space that I'm standing in, so it's not shrinking the space any. So if you had, let's face it, if you had a 20 by 15 space in your driveway, patio, backyard, whatever, if you had a 20 by 15 space, even if you have a small, 0.15 acre lot, and it's just a narrow backyard that you don't want to till anything. Maybe you just want to put some mulch down. Maybe you just want to have a good flower bed type thing. You can use containers and grow food without having to till up your space, and be very effective at doing so. Literally, I'm going to have 200 plants inside of this space in a 20 by 10, 22 by 10 spot, you can't beat it. And some of those are trees, okay? But like, if you stack them upright, do them right, put the tall stuff in the back, shorter stuff in the front, facing the sun, know what you're doing with it, right? Know what you're doing with it, you can grow an absurd amount of food in a small space. And not sure how you can do that? And you haven't subscribed to our channel? Hey, do so. Follow along. We'll show you how to container garden, grow food in a small space, do things effectively and efficiently. All right. Again, my name is Jason. It's Art Creation Homestead. We love y'all. God bless you and goodbye.